A Call 7 investigation, a pet store owner set to go on trial for animal cruelty. For years, the state and police documenting her mistreatment of animals, yet her store is still open. Call 7 investigator John Ferrugia asking why state regulators haven't revoked her license.
I took Abby over there, and she cut her all up.
Crystal Conklin took her parrot, Abby, to this Broomfield pet store and groomer last summer. She wanted to learn how to trim the bird's nails.
In a word, what did she do to your parrot?
Destroyed her. She destroyed her.
Instead of just teaching Conklin to trim the nails, court records say store owner Marilyn Moreland cut down Abby's beak with a small power tool.
It was just flat and bloody and yellow gunk, powder all over it, just all over her face.
And Moreland radically cut the bird's feathers.
I literally snatched Abby out of her hands and took the towel off. And then I saw her feathers on the floor. When I pulled the towel out, you could see the feathers. And then her toes were bleeding.
Our investigation found that Abby wasn't the first animal that Moreland injured. Court records and state inspections say Moreland repeatedly operated on animals without any vet training or a license, including suturing a dog who had been in a fight and cutting out a lump on the neck of a hedgehog. And she pled guilty to misdemeanor animal cruelty when she cut out the teeth of ferrets who nipped her. Despite this record, Department of Agriculture inspectors allowed her to keep her animal licenses.
Is it a perfect program? No, it's not. Have we administered it in a way that isn't perfect at times? Yes.
Keith Rohrer is the state veterinarian at the Department of Agriculture, the state agency that regulates pet facilities.
I mean, why wouldn't I, as a taxpayer, expect you to say, look, enough, she's done?
That may well happen.
15 years later?
I can't speak to the issues of the past, but we are actively involved in investigation that may result in the revocation of that license.
And it's not just criminal charges. The Agriculture Department's own records show Moreland has consistently violated rules going back as far as 1997.
Selling dogs without a license?
If they're operating without a license, they're in violation of our statute.
You've told her that about 5 times, and now you've given her a license to breed dogs again.
I'm not aware of that particular case.
But we found in 2007, agriculture inspectors cited Moreland for selling dogs without a license. Instead of putting her out of business permanently, they fined her a few $100s. Then, in 2010, the state inexplicably gave her a dog breeding license.
Marilyn, I'm John Ferrugia. I wanted to know if you might talk with me.
We went to Moreland's business, MJM Caviary and Rabbitry in Broomfield, to ask about the charges and about her record in caring for animals.
Do you agree with the prosecutor that you abuse these animals? I mean, will you talk to us?
No, I won't talk to you. Usually. My attorney has told me to say nothing to anyone.
We also found Moreland isn't the only state animal licensee with an animal cruelty conviction. We uncovered 5 others.
3 of those 6 so far have had repeat animal cruelty.
Knowing what we know now today, we intend to look at licenses differently, and our goal is to prohibit persons who have been convicted with animal cruelty from operating.
They should never own another animal again, not even as a pet. I mean, if I didn't know those charges were there, Abby would have never been there.
Marilyn Moreland's trial is scheduled for March 27th. Dr. Rohrer says the state agriculture department is now planning to ask the legislature to make it easier to pull licenses of people convicted in any animal cruelty case. I'm John Ferrugia, 7 News.